Hey you guys, Rocky here again. Thursday morning around 9:30. Looking at this stuff. I worked a little more last night after 5 on this to try to at least get the rocker panel section in place, and I got that in place, and it took me a while to dial my torch in. I had a very small, I think it was a 1/16 inch copper covered rod and mild steel, and it really was too small for what I wanted. And being that it was so small, I had my heat quite low, and I had a lot of problems with having to sit in one place for a while to heat it up, and then I was burning through some of the rust spots on the bottom. Still some spots down there that are a little bit thin, but then I switched to a bigger rod and cranked the heat up a little bit, hoping not to run out of gas, which I didn't, but not yet anyway. Got a lot more to do here, and I have a suspicion that really my best bet is to use the torch. The torch seems to be the best option for welding stuff in. I could probably try the TIG welder too. I could dial that down so it's not extremely hot, but still at the same time I'm not sure if that's the best approach. But this looks rough, I know right now. The thing is, I still need to do a little more welding on it down here. It's not completely welded. Some spots came up really good. That one welded nice, and there's some goose shit in there, of course. But I had to dial everything in. Once I got things dialed in, knew how to work with it, was okay. So the rocker panel is in there. I just got to attach it on the bottom down here. I'm going to put a few pop rivets in there. I'm going to have to put a couple of sheets up in back, a couple of small pieces too, because there's some holes up in there. And I think what I might do once I've got that stuff in place is get some of that foam that's in a can that you spray in for insulation. Get a can of that, and anywhere where I'm a little worried about exhaust getting in, I'll fill the area with that foam. But I'll do it after the bodywork's pretty much done. Anywhere I'm going to use a torch, because I don't want to burn it once it's in there, and then heat up the torch and burn it. So I think that'll help to seal some of the areas up. And of course, on the outside, any place where there's still a pinhole or something, maybe a small rust hole, put the Bondo on. The Bondo will help seal it too. But the rocker panel's not too bad. I mean, it's not perfect, obviously. I burnt through up there. I'm going to have to patch that a little bit or fill it in with weld or something. But I got the shape pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. Bondo will reshape it better. I still want to, this end here, I still need to tap this down a little bit. Tack weld it on there, weld it across, I guess. Full weld, not tack weld. Make sure it's nice and solid, and then I'll heat this up a little bit here. Tap it down and try to shape it a little better here in the back, because it does kind of swoop up a little. If you heat it here, tap it down, or even heat it down here a little bit, and then tap it here, it'll kind of come to shape. Just kind of warm it up around there, and then tap it lightly. I don't have to hit it too hard, and it'll come down to a closer proximity of what it should be like. I kind of started just to get an idea what I was going to do to try to fix this section down here, and what I had in mind. How did I do that? I had something in mind here. I'm not exactly sure how I had this piece now, but I started to I have to go back at it and figure out what I was doing again now, but I'm going to try to put a small patch down here first to get a little bit of a shape, and then from there I can work my way up. I haven't got a piece big enough that I can cut so that it'll just lay on there. I've got I can go up so far with the metal that I have this stuff here off of a microwave, which is pretty thin. And then the next thing I need, once that runs out, is I'll go to this stuff here, which is a little heavier and a little harder to shape. Unfortunately, that's all I've got. I think it's stainless steel. It's kind of a shame to waste stainless steel there, but the other stuff I got is, I think it's aluminum, and I'm not going to be able to weld that aluminum. I don't have any aluminum rods, for one thing, and aluminum is very tricky to work with. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and try to put this other patch on down here to get my shape here the way that I need it, up to about here, and then I'll start working my way around with what I have left of that thinner metal. I did want to try to use this piece here that I sort of fabricated, but it's just not 100% the right shape. And even if I did get that on there, I'd still have this hole here to fill up, right? So what I need to do essentially is I'm trying to fill this hole right now, this section right here. I'm trying to fill this up. the way to do that. I think it's come across and go here as well. So I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna get some progress. I'll show you what I've got done.